me talk about my story. So let me talk about my own story. So I studied human anatomy and forensic anthropology. I can see Abraham here. He was my classmate back in school in University of Cross River State, or formerly Cross River University of Technology. And I studied human anatomy and forensic anthropology. But what I'm doing right now has nothing whatsoever to do with anatomy and forensic anthropology. But if I'm going to write an essay, or if anyone is going to ask me about my motivation, that's not what I'm going to say entirely. I'm not just going to say, oh, I studied anatomy and now I'm doing this. I want to do this because it's a change. No. What is the motivation behind it? What is the story behind it? What changed for you? So number one, having a story. And having a story stems from having an identity. There is something as a person that no one in this life can take away from you. You just have to find out what it is. Now, again, back to my story. So I studied human anatomy and forensic anthropology, but I started doing stuff in tech, education, and development when I was in 200 level, 300 level, thereabout. And I just found out that this is what I love doing. This is what I want to do in the long run. But I did not abandon my degree. In fact, I still graduated one of the best in my class. And I did not abandon my degree. I still finished. But it came from a place of volunteering. Okay, let's volunteer to be a social media manager for this. Let's do this for free. And I found out that, okay, I love tech. I love technology. I love education. I like to teach. I like talking to people. And that's where the love came from. And then after I graduated, I kept on doing stuff around tech. I even moved from Web 2, which is the basic tech that we know, applications, made basic software development. I moved majorly into crypto and blockchain. So this is just a summary of my story. So I'm letting you know that one of the things that is going to set you apart as a scholar, in fact, as someone that is going far in life, is have a story. If we were to do a YouTube clip of all the times I've had public speaking events for the past 1 year, I would be saying the same story, because I will still tell you that, okay, I found out that I fell in love with tech at this particular time. This is what happened. This is what happened. This is what I did. And the stories are going to sink. So have a story. What is that story? As a person, what is that story? What is that story that you think that the world needs to hear? Because that is what is going to translate into your essays, into your passion. What is your story? Is your story that, oh, you are a single mother and that this happened and that happened, and then you started the side business and then it flourished from there? And then what is that story? There's definitely a story. Just the same way, oh, they ask you, how did you give your life to Christ? There's a story. Someone say, oh, I grew up in a Christian home, so I didn't really know, or there was something separate about giving my life to Christ until a certain time. There's a story. So have a story. Familiarize yourself with that story, your own story, that even if they wake you up at 2 a.m., you are able to say your story. So yesterday, I was privileged to talk to a professor at a university in the UK. And we're just talking, and he just said to me, oh, Divine, I can see that, oh, you've been into tech for a while now. And I'm like, no, this is my first time of us speaking. And they say, oh, no, I went to your LinkedIn page. And then today, I had to go to my own LinkedIn page to check what he was talking about. And from the top to the bottom, everything I have there is either tech or education. Is either tech or education or both. The things I repost, the things I like, everything that because I have accepted that this is my story. So I will vaccine my story because this is what the world cannot take away from me. So number one, things I wish I knew before I applied. Number one, have a story. Accept your story. What is your story? Know your story. There's so many ways I can put it, but have a story. That's the first thing. Now, after you know your story, next thing is, what country do you want to go to? What country do you want to go to? Oh, I just want to travel abroad. No, I didn't just want to travel abroad. Yes, I wanted to go to Canada. I wanted to go to UK. Currently, I'm not in Canada. I'm not in UK either. But I'm like, okay, this is where I want to go to. And I had opportunities that were in those countries, but they were not fully funded. And at the time, I put most of my investment in crypto, so I don't have the strength to come and start paying any school fees in thousands of dollars or euros. So what was the next available option? I took this fully funded scholarship here at the Nigerian University to cover for a course that I even fell further in love with during the course of my master's degree. So number one, have a story. Number two, where do you want to go to? Because it will streamline your search. It will streamline you searching for opportunities. It will streamline what are you looking for? If they ask you now, Elizabeth, what are you looking for? Do you want a fully funded scholarship? Do you want a 50% scholarship? Because all of these are also scholarships. There are universities that offer 70% scholarship. There are universities that offer 50% scholarship with an assistantship positions. Excuse me. There are universities that offer 70% scholarships with assistantship positions. There are universities that offer assistantship positions while you are working. While you are working as an assistant in the department and also doing your PhD by the side. That is if you're wanting to do a PhD. There are universities that do postgraduate program that is like a track program for you. After you're done with that program, you the next thing you go for your PhD. It's like a pathway. So what exactly are you looking for? In what country are you looking for it? All of these details will help you because when you open the internet, there are lots of there's so much information out there. There's so much information. There's so much information out there. You want to follow one scholarship link, and then when you enter the page, you see other countries that you might be interested in, fully funded scholarship flashing everywhere. The point is, what do you want? Because you enter some page, you see some art. When you are looking for fully funded scholarship in Russia, you now see fully funded scholarship in Switzerland. You now say, maybe Switzerland. Maybe you will now enter, you will not see, ending, closing soon. Fully funded scholarship in China. You say, maybe it's China. China, I've heard so much about China. Maybe I can do business. You follow. So, what are you looking for? Things I wish I knew before applying. What are you looking for? Because funding is part of this. Yes, funding is part of it. So what exactly are you looking for? And then number three, when you find what you are looking for, what is the application requirements? What are the things that are required of you? Is it your CV? Is it your transcript? Is it your degree certificate? Is it your statement of purpose? Is it IELTS? Is it recommendation letter? Is it proof of English language studies? What are those requirements? When you have those requirements written down, start working towards them and taking them off your list. I think during my own time, when I got the information about this scholarship, mind you, for me, I didn't find this scholarship online. I've always known about the school. I usually go to their page and like check it out and be like, oh, maybe one day we'll go to this school. I didn't know about this scholarship. So when I heard about the fully funded scholarship from my mentor, which is, and I think another thing I'm going to talk about is relationships. I'm going to talk about that much later. So when she told me about it, in fact, she called me. She said, Divine Favour, this program is perfect for you. I'm going to talk about that later. So when you have these requirements written down, you work towards them. I think at the time I had just my statement of purpose. I didn't have my degree certificate. I didn't have my transcript, my original transcript. I didn't have my proof of English language studies, blah 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 blah. I had a passport that was soon to expire. So it was, in fact, I did my application, my email, I got the scholarship, my 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 passport expired the next month. So what are those requirements? What are the things you think they will need? When you write them down, tick them off your list one by one. What are the requirements? Because they can ask you for anything. They can ask you, okay, write a statement of purpose. Write a statement of purpose, but you don't have a story. Okay, write a letter of motivation, but you're not motivated by anything. Which brings me back to have a story. They'll not say, okay, bring a CV. Some people don't know the difference between CV and resume. And then they will not say, oh, bring a passport. You don't have. Or bring a writing sample for those that are doing PhD, they want to do PhD, or research proposal for those that want to do some masters actually require you bring submitting a research proposal, especially masters in research, and then some PhD require you submitting a research proposal. And then you don't have any of these things. That's why you have to know the requirements, write it down, and have these things. Have them written down. So number one, I'm going to do a recap. So number one, I said have a story. Number two, what exactly are you looking for? Know what you are looking for. Number three, yes, write down the requirements. The requirements for that thing you are looking for. If it's a fully funded scholarship in a particular university, go to their website. What are their requirements and all of that? And then number four, which I'm going to dwell extensively on, because that is my own, will I say, testimony, the power of relationships. How will I even start talking about this? The power of relationships. So I'm going to do a story time. Please listen. Don't be distracted by anything. In 2018, precisely I wanted to say in the village of Ugoja, but some people are going to kill me if they watch this live. So precisely in Ugoja, which is a rural community in Cross River State, Nigeria, precisely in the south, I saw a flyer for a conference about youth development and youth empowerment. And I'm like, wow, this is something good, because my dad was a teacher. He taught me about stuff, although he didn't show me stuff. He taught me a lot about stuff, and I wanted more. I was young. I just wanted more at the time. I was seeing like 200 level, 300 level, and I think there was COVID or something, and I wanted more. So I saw this flyer. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm going. The theme of the conference was Raising Global Leaders Conference. Raising Global Leaders Conference. I think that was 2019, 2018, thereabout. And a friend of my friend, she now said, oh, they need ushers. They need ushers for this conference. They need ushers for this conference or something. I'm like, oh, I said, I was like, me, I'm free that Saturday, because it was on a Saturday. I remember precisely. It was on a Saturday, and I'm like, I'm free. I'm free. Please, put my name down. Even though they are not paying, let me go and volunteer. Let me go and usher, because I just wanted to put myself out there. Honestly, at the time, I didn't know what I was looking for. I was just like 19. I didn't know what I was looking for. So I volunteered. I went there. I didn't even know who the founder was. I just know that they say it's raising global leaders. They say, and I wanted to be a global leader. I was so passionate. I am still passionate. So I went there. I wore my nice jeans. They said it was supposed to be jean and black. So I wore jean and black. I even looked for heels to just make myself look good. I presented myself where I was ushering. I ushered. Oh yeah, Johncross. Johncross was only a member of the planning committee. I ushered so well that when the founder came, I didn't even know he was a founder. I I even ushered the founder. I told the founder where to sit. I didn't know she was the founder. I told her, ma, please, you cannot sit here. Please go to the front. Oh my God, that was a very funny experience. I was so passionate. I told her, ma, sorry, you cannot sit at the back. You have to sit in front, because she was well dressed, and I didn't want her to sit at the back, and I didn't know she was the founder. So I was so energetic. Johncross, I see you. So I said, I went there. I was ushering. They took pictures. We talked. Different speakers. I was motivated. I was like, yes. And I saw they now mentioned some people. They said some people were going to get a 1-year full mentorship program, a scholarship for mentorship for like a year. They mentioned some persons. They were like 7 of them or 10 of them, I think. And they stood up, and I was like, why can't I be like these people? Why am I not here? Why didn't I hear about this opening? So from there, I kept in touch with the organization. The next year, I applied, and by God's grace, I was selected to be one of the fellows of the Raising Global Leaders, the next cohort. Now, in between all of those times, I would tell you for a fact that my relationship with this organization and the founder was still intact. I respect and love her as a person. If she needed anything or she needs anything, she'll call me, and I always answered. And it wasn't from a place of eye service. It wasn't from a place of, I want something from her. That time, she had not even traveled out of Nigeria before. She had not even started touring the world. So it wasn't from a place of eye service. It was just from, let's do this thing. Let's get it out there. It's youth development. It's what I was passionate about. So when she called me, and then in 2024, yes, I remember, 2024, still remember. This to tell you how long I've been with her. I've successfully finished the 1-year mentorship program, by the way, and we still kept in touch. I am currently the alumni coordinator of this organization, by the way, assistant alumni coordinator. I am Eric Mobile. And then she called me 2024, ending 2024. She said, Divine Favour. I said, ma. She said, I want you to apply for this scholarship. At that point, I was really tired because I had already had so many rejections. I applied for Chevening, and then I noticed I made a mistake in my application in Chevening. I was so angry. I think it was just Chevening that was like the major one. Other ones were like different universities. There were so many strategies I could have used, but like I missed out on that. I didn't know anybody. She's like, Divine Favour, I want you to apply for this scholarship because I know it's best for you. You studied anatomy and you are not doing anything in health. You are currently in tech right now, and this is the perfect scholarship for you. Sustainability is what you like. Youth development is what you like, is what you are passionate about. So come and apply for this scholarship. And I said, ma, I don't know. She said, just go. So from ending of 2024, I'm letting you know, I was on the school website. If there was a tracker for the number of times I slept on that school website, maybe I would have gotten the award for the couple of months. Mind you, application had not opened at the time, but I was sleeping on that website. I was checking out. Sometimes I would look at pictures. So I was looking for any single thing. I was practically I was studying the website like a guide, like a manual, because I knew that this was what I wanted. And for some reason, I felt that urge in my spirit that I was going to get the scholarship. Even before I applied, I knew. That's why most of the time, if I'm not in the department website, I'm in the home website, I'm looking at pictures, I'm saying, this is my class. So very soon I'll be in this class. I was speaking it by faith. In fact, I even started saving pictures. I was showing my mother. I said, Mommy, see, the classes are so fine. I was doing it by faith because my mentor, one of my mentors, of course, Mrs. Blessing AJ Dago, is not just a career mentor. She's a spiritual mentor. So when she called me, I knew that call didn't come from a place of divine come. I knew that it was God speaking to me. I just knew. So I was already saving pictures. I was speaking by faith. I was praying. If you're a Christian here, Rhoda, I was praying, I was speaking I was saving pictures on my phone. I say, this class is fine. Oh. Why did they keep the AC by this side? Let me go and check. Sometimes I'll go even check the weather condition. I'll check the weather. Say, maybe it's cold. I was no. When I fix my mind or something, I'm like that. So immediately I got the go ahead that the application had opened. I say, okay. So I said, let me go and write, because you needed 2 essays. One essay and then a short letter of motivation of 250 words. I'll be 200 words, I think. Very short. Am I going to write in 200 words? Do you know how much I've been through in my life? People shall allow me to write. I said 200 words. How am I going to encapsulate everything in 200 words? And then the other one was longer. It was like 800 or something. I said, okay, no problem. I wrote this down. I wrote it down. So when I wrote it down now, I was feeling like a jagaban. I'm like, yes, this is the essay that is going to get me this full scholarship. Yes. So technology, of course, women in tech. So I moved my essay, and then letter of motivation. I moved it to a Google Doc, and then I put them in tab 1 and tab 2, and then I gave access to anyone who had the link. So I shared it with my mentor. I'm like, oh ma, this is my essay. I'm really ready. So when I shared it to her, she said, okay, I'm going to read it. So she read it, and then I woke up around 2 a.m. because I'm very, very nocturnal. I don't sleep at night. And I saw her long voice note. She was like, Divine Favor. I said, Jesus Christ. Immediately I heard Divine Favor, I just knew that there was trouble. She said, Divine Favor, this is not you. I said, ma, what do you mean by this is not me? She said, I've been with you I've known you for over 5 years and counting. This is not your original voice. I said, ma, which one is original voice? This is not AI. And now, let me let you know what she meant by that. My my essays were on health, because I felt like, okay, that was what I studied, and I had little experience here and there doing health initiatives. So let me write something about health. She called me. She said, Divine Favor, I'm telling you from the depth of my heart. I sent it to 2 persons, her and another person. The other person told me, the essay is nice. The essay is nice. But she told me the truth. She said, Divine, this is not you. I said, ma, what do you mean? She said, Divine, write about tech. I said, ma, I can't write about tech. I don't have a BSc in anything that has to do with tech. I just started tech. Like this is just 1 year in tech and crypto. I'm just, all the things you're seeing me do on Twitter and LinkedIn is because of privilege. Like Sweet Blockchain is calling me, Solana is calling me, Divine Favor host events, they're sending me money, do this, do that. I started my own women initiative. This one wants to sponsor me to go here. All of this, and all of that is privilege, and it's just 1 year. So I don't know how to start making a story out of that. She said, Divine, you've done these tech things right from when you were in school. I said, yes, ma'am, but the proper tech that I come down to do, is just after school. I don't really have. She now said, Divine, learn how to connect your stories. Trust me, one of the things that's going to help you as a person is ability to tell your own story. You might not be perfect. You might not be an artist, you might not be a poet, but the ability to tell your own story, your own, I don't know how to explain it, but it's going to set you apart so well, especially your story. It sets you apart. Your own story, ability to tell your story. She called me, she said, Divine, I have a feeling in the spirit that is this tech that you write about that is going to get you the scholarship. I said, ma, I don't know what you are talking about. I wanted to doubt her. And then I started praying. I said, Holy Spirit of the living God. I was in Akwa Ibom then. I was in Uyo. I just finished NYC. I was working for one tech company. I just moved from head of marketing to general manager. It was a promotion. So I was praying. I was like, God, what's happening? Is this, do you want me to stay? Do you want me to go? I was praying about it. And trust me, it's not easy to write over 1,000 words and then you are canceling it and starting from scratch. Brethren, I sat down and I started from scratch. Mind you, this was 5 days. to close of application. 5 days to when the portal will close. But do you know what helped me? I already knew the requirements. I already had other requirements. I already knew what they wanted right from time. So every other thing was in place. It was just making sure my essay was set. It was just to make sure my essay was set. And I wrote it. I prayed. I cried. I'm not going to lie. I cried. I'm like, God, this is a risk. This is a risk. Having to talk. I know that I started having some waves when it comes to tech, but I'm still young. There are lots of people that have gone ahead of me. What if they're also applying for this scholarship? I was worried. I was praying. I was crying. That period, me and Theophilus were 5 and 6. I was not playing Theophilus Sunday. I was like, Jesus, help me. And 2 days to 2 days to when application was going to close, my madam she read my essay and she said, Divine Favour, this is you. I'm never going to forget that. She said, Divine, thank you, Johncross. She said, Divine Favour, this is you. When she read my essay, she said, Divine, this is you. This is what I'm telling us. Sit down. After this webinar, sit down. Ask yourself, what is my story? When she read it, she said, Divine, this is you. She just made minor corrections. She said, you can submit now. Brethren, I submitted. I paid the application fee. It was like a small fee of like $20, I think $25. That was like 30 something K I paid. And I sat, and then I forgot about it. I was just praying. I was like, God help me. When are they going to call? They say, oh, they're going to reach out to us in June. 1st of June, my heart was already beating. I'm like, Jesus, help me. So in between this time, my workplace, me and my manager, we had a falling out. I don't know. I didn't like what he was trying to mix professional life and personal life when it comes to hiring people in the workplace. And as a manager, I didn't like that. So we had a fallout. I moved to another workplace. I was working there. And my manager called me one day. He said, Divine, please go to the next building. I'm thinking of paying for the next building. I said, okay, sir. So I was checking out the building to give him a report. I was videoing. I said, sir, this is what they said. They said 1.2 million. I was telling him, like, I was just telling him. And I just said, let me check my email. And I said, I just saw you have been invited to an interview for what. I literally screamed. I screamed. There was a guy, because there was a interior designer, because he needed to check the place. He was with me. He's like, what happened? What's going on? Don't worry. I just got an exciting news. So fast forward to June. I think it was June 10th, I got that email, and they said they're inviting me for an interview on July the 12th, I think. I still remember. And I went for the interview. I was shaking. I was shaking. I was nervous. I told myself, I said, Divine, whatever it is that's going to happen is going to happen. I prayed. I fasted. Me and Theophilus, we've been singing at each other. I've been praying. I said, God, I leave this for you. I read. I also studied. I wrote down a lot of things, what I needed. Ladies and gentlemen, when I got to the interview, you will not believe what these people asked me. I told you guys my essay was about tech education. These people asked me, what do I think about Donald Trump withdrawing withdrawing funds from USAID? I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I'm like, how does this concern? Oh, Jesus, Holy Spirit. I still remember that question like it was just yesterday. It was my current professor that asked me that, because she was in the interview committee. She said, Divine, what do you think about Donald Trump? I said, Donald Trump, how? What? Donald Trump? Jesus Christ. And by the grace of God, I didn't show my fear. I said, oh, thank you very much for that question. I really can't speak for Donald Trump right now. But all I can say is that if we empower Africa, we wouldn't have to worry about external policies and laws that affect Africa. That's what I said. I did not know where that answer came from. I did not know. I still remember my response. And when I said that, they nodded. They're like, okay, okay, okay. Because that was my question. Then they now said, oh, yeah, it was an objective answer. I can't be speaking for Donald Trump. He doesn't even know I exist. I'm not yet anyway. So why would I be speaking for the President of the United States of America? So I told her, sorry, I can't speak for him right now. All I can say is that I don't. If we empower Africa, we wouldn't have to worry about. I told her. And I still remember July 29th, 2025, I woke up from sleep and I opened my email and I saw congratulations. You have been offered a fully funded scholarship to study Masters in African Sustainable Communities at the Ben-Gurion University of the Negev. Again, I screamed. Because screaming, I scream when I'm excited. So, enough of my story. Back to you now. Ajogi, King, Favour, George, Rhoda, Philip, Elizabeth, Bamidele, Phil, Abraham, Goswill, Mary Ruth. What is your story? What is that story? I told them about how I moved from an online perfume vendor to a medical student to a tech. I told them my story. But see, if you don't have it, put your know your story. Oh. I told them I used to say oil perfume before. I told them. I said I used to say oil perfume just to make ends meet, but I then we moved to being a medical student, and then we found tech, and then this what I think I would share one of these days. I'm going to share my essay with Johncross. Hopefully, he will share with his community when I'm ready. One of these days, I'll remember. Hopefully, when I start my postgraduate program or a PhD, I'll send it to Johncross so that we can put it out there, so that you see storytelling. Now, thank you, Johncross. So I think my time is up. Let me recap what I said. Number one, know your story. Have a story. Document your story. In that place that you are, take a picture. Because one day when you become a celeb, when they are doing 30 under 30, but we don't have throwback to throw you back. Why? Why? Take a picture. What is that? I still have a picture till today. I have a picture of me and Abraham in front of a mug. I just remembered. I have a picture of me and Abraham. Me and him were on white lab coats. And we took a picture in front of a mug with some of our friends. I still have that picture. So that when they want to say Forbes 30 under 30 or Forbes this, I have throwback picture if I want to use. Or they want to do Asama Bumaya Kumama Mama. I have picture. So document your story. What is your story? What is that story of yours that you one day want the world to see or want the world to hear? Document your progress. I was going through my Facebook picture. I saw a picture of when I was a copper. Eh? Okay, now let me tell you the power of storytelling. Aside getting a fully funded scholarship, let me give you a quick gist as I round up. Meta blocked my Facebook and Instagram account last year, just after I applied for my scholarship. They blocked my account. And I sat down. Me that I've been documenting my story since the beginning of time. How will I lose all of these pictures? Ladies and gentlemen, Divine Favour, okay, I sat down and I wrote a 250-word essay to, what's that his name? Mark Zuckerberg, Abi, what's his name? I wrote an essay. Do you know what I wrote there? I introduced myself, first of all. Secondly, I told him how excited I am to use his product, Facebook and Instagram. And then number 3, I explained my background. And then number 4, I told him why it is important that I need to get my account back. I'm not joking. I think I have a screenshot somewhere. I'll send it to us. I explained to him why I need to have my account back, because it's going to make me feel like I have disconnected from my life. I'm serious. That's what I wrote. I told Meta that if I don't get my account back, it feels like I won't leave a mark, or like I'm starting afresh. And I'm going to lose a lot of memories of my loved ones. I explained in details what I meant. 2 days later, I just saw your account has been restored, and I got my account back, and I have all of my pictures, my throwback, my throw front, I have all of my pictures back. But what is that? The power of storytelling. Now, on LinkedIn, I sent a request to someone, and I didn't know what to write, because when you send a connection request, they need you to like put a short note. So I didn't know what to write. So I just thought, oh, hi, my name is Divine Favour. I trust you are well. I'm a graduate student and research intern at so and so. I look forward to connecting with you. Sometimes it might not be long. It can just be short. But say something, have something to say. So first of all, I said, know your story, have a story. Number 2, I said, know what you are looking for. Is it Germany? Is it Canada? Is it this? Do you want to do a postdoc? Do you want to do a BSc? Do you want to do the... If you don't have something you stand for, you fall for anything. That's just fact. Anything that comes. Some will say, as long as say now outside Nigeria, make I just they go. Sometimes it's not always like that. Know what you want. Number 3, know the requirements of that thing that you want. Number 4, leverage on relationships. If I didn't have a relationship with my mentor, or if I didn't have a track record of who I am and what I've been into, I wouldn't have been able to hear of this opportunity, despite the fact I've been hearing about the university. So leverage relationships. On LinkedIn, why are you not visible? Why are you not posting on LinkedIn? Even if it's 1 like, my dear, post. Even if it's 2 likes, my love, post. I recently made a post, and the team lead of Solana Nigeria liked the post. I was shocked. I'm like, are you what? You see me? Eh? And then I made a post, and somebody from Haynes that works with LinkedIn commented. I'm like, what? You're seeing me? I'm not honestly, I'm not going to say I'm consistent though. But I post. And when I post, it's something meaningful, and it's not always a long read. I do research, but I don't do research online. So I don't post most of long stuff online. Nah, it's not me. Except I'm trying to communicate a feeling, then I post long. If I'm trying to communicate an event, I don't post long stuff. So leverage relationships. Check around, look around. There's somebody in your circle. Before I did a course at the Atlas International Community, I've always known that my colleague, like, yes, I can call him a colleague. My colleague, Eric Mobile, works with the Liberalist Center. And when I needed information, I just messaged him. How far now? When this thing they happen? He said, okay. I'm busy. I'll text you. I'll let you know how it goes. Check around you. There's somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows you. You just have to find that link. You just have to find that link. Go on LinkedIn. Check the people that have been liking your post. Check your followers. There's somebody there that you can message that will change your life. I'm currently on a hunt for new opportunities. And trust me, I'm going to leverage it by relationships. We'll do the application later. But leverage relationship first. Have you gone to places and they say, just go, tell them that it's me that sent you? That is the connection I want now, 2026. Just go, tell them that it's divine favor that sent you. That's what I want to hear. Because where your money cannot take you, relationship will take you to. So I'm going to round up by saying this. Last weekend, I got a call from, someone who went for a tech event, and she said, "Oh, divine favor, divine." They just call me divine because my name is so long. "Oh, divine, I would like you to join the Association of Women in Web3 and Crypto in Israel." I said, sorry, do you know I'm black? You know, black skin, right? Because all of you are white women. And they say, "Oh, yeah, we like what you are doing online. We like what you are doing. And we see that you're actually into the crypto space and Web3. So we'd like you to join us." So, ladies and gentlemen, the first Black woman to join a women's tech association in Asia is me. Yes, it's me. I just made a post about it on LinkedIn. The first Black woman. And I sent the pictures to my mom. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. I sent the pictures to my mom, and I didn't tell her what it was. I just told her that, "Oh, these people invited me to come," and they said, "Oh, wow." My mom called me and said, "Divine, you're the only black woman." I said, "Yes." She said, "My daughter, I am so proud of you. But ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't have been able to get there if I don't have a story." Because when they were talking to me, I was so enthusiastic. I was like, "Oh, I'm a Nigerian. I came here for my master's. Actually, I studied anatomy, but we fell in love with tech along the way." And they're excited. They want to know more. They want to know how tech is in Nigeria. They want to know how we used to jaye. They want to know how it is. And they're like, "Come into our circle." As I'm speaking to you, tomorrow, Sunday, we're having our second meetup, where, by the grace of God, we're going to be learning how to launch AI training bots on Base blockchain. This will be my first time trying Base blockchain. So please sit with these 4 things. I don't know everything, but see these 4 things I'm telling you. This is what has worked for me. I'm not going to tell you what has not worked for me. So I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that you have to have a story before you start your international journey. Thank you so much.
Whoa. Can we say something? Can we say something? If it is your favorite emoji or whatever comment you want to drop, just say something. Yeah, just say something. I'm super excited having you share all of this with us. Favor or divine favor. Yeah. Like you are such a wonderful storyteller, and the world always have a way of rewarding good storytellers, and no matter how big you are, no matter how big you become, if you are not good at storytelling, I tell you, it's going to take a lot of work for people to even get to understand what you do, and all of that, and for people to even be able to relate with you. When Jesus Christ came into the world, he was telling us about the story of the kingdom of heaven, the beauty of what it's going to look like. And today, if you're a Christian on this call, you became a Christian courtesy of stories, right? So whatever great books you see out there, they are all compendiums of stories, right? And even for you to be able to raise a good family, you need to learn how to tell stories, to be able to pass histories from one generation to the other, right? So
Yes.
storytelling is such a powerful skill that everybody ought to learn. And you, as a career person on this call, you have to learn how to tell your story, because the truth is nobody can do that for you. Only
Yes.
you can tell your story. And
True.
if you leave the power of your story in the hands of others to tell it for you, then you are making yourself a great disadvantage, because they will say it based on the on the opinions they have about you, based on the pains and all of that and different stuff, right? So learn to tell your story. So please, quickly, we have 10 minutes to go. if you have questions, this is time for you to ask. Make sure you have something to ask, because throughout the messages I've been sending to us, I always tell us, come with your question, come with your question. So you can just ask a question that will set you on the right track, from this very moment, right? So please, if you have a question to ask, just indicate by raising up your hand like this, and I'll call you to ask the question. Yeah. All right, Elizabeth, you can ask a question.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Good evening, good morning, wherever you guys are. I'm Elizabeth. Good to hear from you. Our speaker, thank you so much for telling us your beautiful and inspiring story. I've really gotten a lot from this webinar, from these 2 sections I've attended, and no knowledge is a waste, I believe. So, congratulations on your track record of achievement. Concerning your scholarship, I would love to know more about other questions that were asked during your interview. Yes, and how to answer them. So maybe is there a tip on interview tip one could just copy and apply? Because I have one to attend to. So I'd love you to kind of encourage me and give me some tips, strategies on how to tackle interview questions, international interview questions, like the one you just got. All right. Okay, Elizabeth, if I got your question correctly, you want to know how to answer questions that come to you during a scholarship interview. Is that what you asked?
Hello, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I said your question, is it about how to answer questions for a scholarship interview? Is that what you asked? Is Elizabeth having network issues? Oh, okay. But Elizabeth, can you hear me? If you can hear me, just put it in the chat box so I answer your question.
I can hear you, please. You can go on.
Okay, all right. So your question is about how to answer interview questions, right?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Amazing. Now, one of the things that helped me for my own interview question is 2 things. Number 1, have a framework of. Okay. Let me say 3 things. Number 1, have a framework of what you wrote about. Let's say the course you're applying for is in health or something, maybe educational leadership. Have a framework of what it entails so that questions around that would not be a bugger to you. Number 2, have general knowledge. I can't even explain how important general knowledge is, because I already knew that Donald Trump, in my case, I already knew that Donald Trump withdrew aid. If I didn't watch the news, I wouldn't have known. So sometimes general knowledge is important. If you see something in a newspaper, news headline, you must not read everything. Know the headline, know what is happening. General knowledge is really important. And then number 3, ask someone who has done the interview before. I had people who had done the interview before, so I called them. I'm like, what did they ask? What did you ask? If you don't have them directly, message them on LinkedIn. Most of these big scholarships, even small ones, have alumni communities. Send them a message on LinkedIn. And another thing that's going to help you, again, very important, when you go to send them a message on LinkedIn, don't go and say hello and then wait for them to say hi. Then you come back and say, how are you? Then they will not say fine. Then you now say, how's your day going? No. I say, professional, we don't do that here. Get down, we don't do that here. Hello, my name is Elizabeth. I trust you are fine. I am a Nigerian, also so passionate about this, and I'm applying for this scholarship. I hope you can give me some guidance and messaging if you have any resources that can help me. Put it in one message and send it. Don't go there and say, hello, hi, how are you? You are wasting their time. You are wasting your time. You are wasting everybody's time. Put everything in one message. As a career professional, honestly, I'm getting to a point where if you send me a message, you say hello, and you know fully well that I don't have your number saved, I'll leave it there for you. Especially if you are not family. In fact, if you're family, I'll have your number saved. So if you are like you are coming for something important, don't go and be familiarizing yourself. Put everything in one message. Hello, my name is Elizabeth. I'm thinking of applying, or have applied for this. They have called me for an interview. The interview is next week. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you give me some resources. Or what can you tell me about the interview? This. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Full stop. Goodbye. Send the message. Leave it to them. Because when you send hello, they are wondering why you are saying hello. So put everything in one message. And I think those are the 4 tips for me. I hope that helped, Elizabeth.
Yeah. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so much. Abraham, your question.
Good evening, Divine. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Johncross. Thank you, Divine. Thank you for such a great opportunity. So I just wanted to ask, how were you able to handle discouragement during your 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 time of application? And also, okay, let me just use this for example. I'm somewhere for a program, and as of the time I came to where I want to do the program, I had um, an information about how the fee was going to go. So when I got there, I noticed that I went to the school. They told me that they have increased the school fee. So I'm like, although I understand value, I understand value no matter what the cost. I understand value. So but the second thing that actually came to mind is, okay, why am I doing this course? Even if I want to do it, um, there's no job. So why should I do the job? Why should I do the course? It's like it's so discouraging. But I know that okay, it's something that has to do my career, and I really need it. So I had to run some analysis and discover no matter what the cost, I'm just going to do it. So how were you able to? Because they gave you an offer and you read some things in the offer letter, and I probably believe that when you got to the school, you noticed that some things you were not okay with some things. So how were you able to handle discouragement, application, even when you go to handle all these discouragements? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Abraham, for your question. So I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk about um I'm going to talk about self-image. Yeah. So, like I said, have a story. And I also mentioned believe in your story. So it also boils down to self-image. Yeah. If you believe in something, there should be nothing whatsoever, aside God, that would derail you from that path. Before I got this scholarship, I had gotten lots of rejections. I'd gotten rejection here, rejection there. In fact, sometimes I'll just see, unfortunately, I'll just delete it. I don't even want to read to the end. But I didn't let it derail me. I don't even read to the end. Once I see unfortunately, I delete. So one of the things that kept me going was, number one, I believed in my story. I believed in the impact I wanted in the world. And then secondly, which is the most important, I believed in what God said. God had told me since I was going to travel. I didn't know when, I didn't know how, I didn't know where, I didn't know anything. I knew it was going to be around Israel and the Middle East at first. I didn't know like how it was going to happen. So if God has told you something, you hold the word. Hey, no, I held it. I held it strongly. So first, believe in your story. Number two, what did God say about that thing? Number three, is it adding value? If it's adding value, why not? Yes, rejection is normal. In fact, 2 weeks ago, I applied for a scholarship. It's like a conference, a fully funded conference in Switzerland, and I didn't get it. And what did I do? I just went to the bathroom. I took a selfie, bam, so that I will find posts and post on LinkedIn because my application cannot waste. Oh my God, my application cannot waste. So I went to the mirror. I took selfie, bam, so that one day when I'm looking for what to post on LinkedIn, I see the picture. I will now post and I say, this was the day I got a rejection from so and so, and I make it a post. My application cannot waste. Why? Because I believe in myself. You see audacity. You have to have it. You see audacity. You have to have it. Our school, we went for a tour. So we traveled to Gaza. Don't worry, nothing happened to me. We traveled to Gaza, the Gaza Strip. And when we came back, my professor was asking me, oh, Divine Favour, because it was part of our program. Divine Favour, what do you think about the tour to the Gaza Strip? I said, sorry, ma. Honestly, it was exciting, so it was good, but I don't think it was relevant to what we came here to study. And although I do think that it's an eye-opener I was being honest. He said, Jesus, that's true. I love your audacity. It's true. I came here to study for tech. Why you carry me to Gaza? So I have audacity, and it was a school trip. It wasn't even in the curriculum. You wasted my whole day. Because time is money here. So I have audacity. And now they did not, before they'll do school trip again, they'll ask me, Divine Favour, what do you think? I say, yeah, I think this is good. It will help us, especially in relation to so and so. They'll say, yes, as long as Divine Favour has said it. Have audacity. Hey, Brown, what do you think about yourself? Do you think you're going to be a world-renowned surgeon, or you think you're going to be the one of the richest pastors very soon because, apostle? What do you think about yourself? What is that audacity? What was that thing that no one can take away from you? So first, have a good self-image. Love yourself. Don't let rejection get to you. Surround yourself with good people. Number two, what did God say? If God has told you this, follow it head on. Number two, if it adds value, why not? So I think that's it for me. Don't let rejection get to you. If you let rejection get to you, the time you are going to spend feeling down, you would have used it to re-strategize to do something better. Honestly, there was a day something happened to me. I can't even remember what happened. More. It's one girl like that. Oh, she okay. What happened? She was not happy that what I got an offer and she didn't get an offer, and then she said that, oh, she's not happy with me, that I'm not a good friend. That's what she said. So for some reason, I don't know why I was feeling emotional that day. That particular word got to me. I'm like, why will you say that? Me and you were here when we applied for this thing. My hand is not in this thing. And I really took her as a sister. And it got me down for 2 days. And then one day I just stood up. I asked myself, I said, Divine Favour, what is wrong with you? This person, you just knew this person a few months. You have people that love you. Number three, you are not in your father's land. This is not what you came for. Focus on it head on. Number four, this thing has told you about what the kind of person this girl is. Why are you worrying yourself? I just forgot about it. Really, I didn't let it get to me again. Because I know I didn't do anything wrong to her. So what is that thing? Sometimes put facts together and ask yourself, why are you even worried? He that sits in the heaven and makes the earth his footstool will bring things in due time. Do you know when I got the prophetic word that I was going to come to Israel? I got it in 2017. 2017, Abraham. When did it happen? 2025. I'm not joking. I remember in my room, I was on a fast. I was praying in the spirit, and the Lord took me to Isaiah and was showing me. I knew I was going to come to Israel. I just didn't know when. So carry 2017 and keep. And then all the times I've been trying in between. In fact, let's not even talk about when somebody scammed me of some millions of naira when I was trying to process my admission to Cyprus. Let's not even talk about. See, my story is long, but if I held on to a word. So, Abraham, if he adds value to you and the Lord has said it and he has told you keep going, then keep going. Let rejection not get to you. That's all I can say. Thank you. Who else? Who else?
Right. Yeah, we'll entertain just one more question from Rhoda and we'll call it a night. Yeah, I have another meeting that I want to catch up with right now.
Okay.
So Rhoda, please, you can snappily ask your question so that Divine Favor will do justice to it and then we'll call it a night.
Okay, thank you so much. It's really nice to listen to. It was really nice to listen to whatever you were talking. Honestly speaking, I enjoyed your speaking. I'm really touched. I'm blessed, and I've learned a lot from whatever you have been teaching us. But then my question is on the motivation of, on the story. I really want to know, like, do I really need to start from where exactly can I start from? For example, when I started working, or I don't know where exactly can I start from my story.
Okay, nice. Thank you. Let me answer that quickly so we move on. So what are the experiences you've had that you think is relevant to what you're applying for? For example, in my case, I was talking about tech and how important it is to sustainability. I cannot carry an experience I had in healthcare and put in my story. It's not relevant to what I've had. Maybe I might talk about leadership position, but not the core experience itself. If it's not relevant to your story, it doesn't add to build up a certain image of what you want them to know, then don't add it to your story. Don't add it to your story. Yes. And as much as a story comprises of different stories together, it should be in line. For example, I'm talking about tech. Everything should be about tech, what I've done in tech, different stories around it. It makes the story in line. I cannot bring all my experiences from health and put it inside and carry the online perfume and put inside and carry this one and put inside and put inside and carry this one and put inside. Even the time that we even went to the mortuary and did practical for mortuary, I learned how to dissect. I put inside. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. If it's not relevant to your story, don't add it. That's all. And also get a fresh set of eyes to look at your application. Sometimes when you do applications, you'll be feeling like it's good, but when someone else looks at it, they see the lapses in your story. So that's all I can say. Thank you, Rhoda.
Whoa, yeah, I love that. I love that. You know, the answer you gave is very, very straightforward and absolute, right? So when it comes to telling your story, you just have to make sure that all your experiences are tied to your career goal, right? Let's say you are applying for a postgraduate study in let's say tissue engineering or drug modeling, your computer-aided drug design, or let's say you are applying for public administration, you know, depending on, or even public health, right? So the research interest that is driving you for that study, all your story should be, you know, pinned on that, you know, the reason behind this progression you want to make now. So you have to tailor everything to align with that research interest, right? Yeah, so in that way, it becomes very easy for anything you are saying to align, right? So any of your story, any of your life experiences that doesn't align with your research interest, you know, if you are going for a research program, right? You just have to keep it by the corner, right? But as soon as the story you have aligns with that research interest, make sure that you package it effectively, to be able to bring out the whole narrative you are trying to put out there. Because it's a story you put out there that will now begin to influence how your supervisor, the school, or even the admission committee will look at you, right? So when they look at your story and they start looking you up on social media, whatever stuff they have read about you, they will now use that one to judge what they are seeing, you doing on social media and all of that, right? So you that is in Malawi, your experience in Malawi is very unique, right? So you have to package it in such a way that it aligns with your career goals, right? And based on your research interests and all of that. Yeah. So I believe that answered your question very well. I actually wanted to share my screen with you guys to probably let me just do that quickly so that those of you that really don't know how to get started in earnest, you can, get started using this platform, right? So Scholar2Go, just like I told us, we specifically designed this platform to help, postgraduate students, students that are done with their university education and they want to move on for PhD, for master's degree, for postdoctorate program and all of that, right? So when you come on this platform, it's very easy for you to sign up. So when you sign up and you fill in your detail, we call this place here the Scholar Passport. You fill in your academic profile, right? And from that academic profile, you also fill in your research interests, your work and leadership experience, your skills and languages, right? Depending on the number of languages you speak, and then your target and funding. Just fill all this information. The technology behind this application would use this to fish out scholarship programs that aligns with you, right? So when you come over here, as soon as you set that up, you will see scholarship that aligns with you. It will be displayed here. And you can also browse list of scholarship that are already on the platform. Like currently, Chevney Scholarship is on, so you can quickly apply for Chevney Scholarship. You can just come here, click on it, and you click on this link. It will take you to where you can apply for Chevney Scholarship, right? So, and then there are templates here that are very free for you to use, right? Some of these templates, though some of them are premium, but the free templates are, specifically left free to ensure that it gets you started. So at the end of this call, all of you that are on this call that have not registered on this platform yet, please quickly do that and then come on to this template section, download all of these templates that are free, like this, the scholarship tracker, download it, download this success roadmap. It will guide you to show you how to progress on this journey of applying for fully funded scholarship. And then there is also reusable academic CV. So your academic CV is different from the resume that you use in applying for jobs, right? So academic CVs are designed in such a way that it tells your academic stories, right? In such a way that it is so compelling for any selection or admission committee to see your value and what you have in store, right? You can also see statement of purpose outline. You get all of these templates for free. And if you need any of these premium template, you can reach out to us and then we'll make that available to you, right? And there are courses here also that are free for you to access. So like, I think it was Elizabeth that was asking for how to prepare for interview. You can quickly grab this course and it will guide you on how to prepare for an interview and get it sorted out, right? So some of these courses are free as well. So you can also access them for free. Make sure you sign up on Scholar2Go. And if you want us to have a one-on-one session with you, like preparing you for whatever, you can select to assist you in, right? Is it for SOP? Is it for CV review? Is it for personalized consulting? Whatever support you need, just pick it up, book for it, and then we'll receive it at the back end, and definitely we'll reach out to you, right? It will be listed here so that in your free time, you can come over here and watch the webinar and update your mind on whatever guidance that have been shared at the course of this webinar, right? And then this application workspace is where you prepare your document, right? So there's an update that is coming up. With that update, it will guide you on how to prepare. right? So if you are preparing for Chevening scholarship, you can do that. And then as you do the setup, you will see the different document that are expected of you, and you just click them based on the one you have, and then you know the one you don't have ready. Just like Divine Favour was saying, there was a time she was like, while she was trying to apply for a scholarship, she didn't have her transcript ready and all of that. So whatever stuff you have ready, it will be you just have to document it to keep track, right? So you will see recent scholarships that have been added and all of that. So one of the recent updates that will be releasing very soon is ability for you to connect with other scholars. And as a matter of fact, you can send us chat. You can chat, you can communicate directly on this platform, right? Yeah, so I think that's just a brief introduction of what Scholar2Go is all about. So please make sure you subscribe, or you just sign up. It is free. It is free. Sign up on the platform and then have access to all of these resources that we have made available. And there are a whole lot of other amazing resources that we are putting in place to ensure that this community is worthy of being called a scholar, right? Because our goal is to prepare scholars that are ready to fly, right? So wherever you want to go to, we are here to make that happen for you, right? So we'll be bringing more guest speakers like this. On Saturday, we have another guest speaker that is a graduate from the University of Glasgow, UK. Very intelligent guy. You know, he has been of great support to me as a person, right? So I reached out to him, and he's going to be live with us on Saturday, next week Saturday, as a matter of fact, to share with us his experiences, how he got admission into the University of Glasgow to study, I think, mechanical engineering. He's a very, very successful guy. All right, so he will share with us all those wonderful experiences, so that when you want to make your own moves, you will know exactly what to do and how to go about it. Last Saturday, Paul was with us, and he shared with us amazing experiences on how he was able to, get started with his program in the UK, and currently is a graduate and is doing very well. So the video of all the experiences that he shared with us at the course of the webinar last week Saturday, we have also made it available on the YouTube channel, right? So you can just go there, watch it, and get yourself updated with whatever stuff that Paul shared with us, right? So yeah, I think we have done so well at the course of today's session, and on Saturday we'll be meeting same time, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., right? And the topic we'll be sharing with ourselves at the course of that session on Saturday is going to be an amazing one. We have another person ready to have us by next upper week Saturday, based in UK. She's also doing very well. So we source for high profile persons, young people like you and I that are on this call currently, to share with us their experiences, to show us that it is possible. And one of my lifelong dream, God told me that I'm going to raise people that will, I will support people's education down to PhD level, right? So all this why I just keep telling myself, how would that be? How would that be? And God just told me, you don't necessarily have to use your money to make this work, but you can set a platform that makes this happen for people, right? So I'm on a mission. Whatever stuff you see me doing here is a mission. And I believe that sooner than later, God will be proud that at least I became a pathway that helps someone discover his career destiny. Because we want intellectuals, we want people that are, highly competent to stand, in different capacity across Africa. We want people that, we don't want clowns to be our president. We don't want clowns to be our governors anymore. We want people that can deliver, people that can reason critically and solve the problem of Africa. And one of the best way for us to achieve that is through quality education, right? I was in Ghana of recent, and I had opportunity to meet with some young guys. And when we're talking, I just got to realize that, some of the programs, that new generation programs that can help people, we don't have them in Africa, in Nigeria specifically, right? So you want to do programs that are effective, programs that can, change the world. You won't find it in a regular Nigeria university, right? So we have programs that makes people successful 50 years ago. So how do we assess quality education without money being the limitation? That is why we have set up this program. And I believe you're going to take advantage of this. Please don't keep this to yourself. Please don't keep this to yourself. Bring others, bring your family and friends, bring any other person that you know can stand a chance of benefiting from this. And as you do that, God will bless you massively. So thank you all for joining the call. Thank you, Divine Favor, for honoring this invitation. Thank you, all our participants, for being on the call. Yeah, some of you joined quite late, but I believe you got value from the time you joined to now, right? And the record is going to be available on the YouTube channel so that you can have access to it. And personally, I will send you the link. So if you have not dropped your email, make sure you drop that so that I can send the email to you of the record session and all of that, so they can have access to it. And definitely, I will also send the link for the previous session we had so that you can learn and stay up to date. Yeah. So thank you all for participating. Thank you, Divine Favor. God bless you. See you on Saturday.